Okay, so here we are at Physical Graffiti in Sedona, Arizona. Seems like I keep repeating myself every time we make a video. I'm going in today. Check out what's going on here. Here we got Eric Lynn working on another masterpiece. No, actually today I just wanted to kind of do like a little video about Eric, introduce Eric a little bit, because Eric's been here for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And so Eric, tell everybody where you're from.
I am from Illinois. I lived all over that state my whole life until I moved out here. This August will be 4 years. So, yeah, I understand cold, and that's why a lot of people are coming from all over the country here now, because back in Illinois, I think they just got out of like the 16s and sub-zeros and a bunch of snow. We don't have that.
So, you've been tattooing for how many years now?
Actually, the month of March, I'll celebrate 23 years of doing this for a living.
Wow.
Yeah.
23 years.
It messes me up. I can't believe I have a 21-year-old kid, you know? I mean.
I know, time flies, right?
Yeah.
But you also had shops in Chicago.
My wife and I both did. Yeah, we own 2 shops, one in a suburb called Libertyville and one in a suburb called Antioch. Libertyville made it 19 years, and I think we sold Antioch right around 9 years, I'm pretty sure. But we had to do all of that to move out here.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And so you moved out here also because you wanted to be closer to your daughter, right?
Yep.
And you wanted to be closer to family.
Yep.
And you also wanted to get away from the cold weather, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and my wife and I fell in love with this place over 20 years ago when we took our first visit, and then we took subsequent visits, up to about a dozen, I want to say, before we moved. Here's our people.
Okay, man, so where were we? We were talking about you were in Chicago, and then you moved here, and you liked the climate better. You wanted to be closer to your family, your mom and dad and everything.
Yeah.
But you still wanted to work in the business. You still wanted to continue tattooing.
Absolutely.
And I'm fortunate enough that Eric picked this shop because he actually went around to different places and trying to find a place to be happy, trying to find a place to work. And he could have picked any shop in the area, but he chose here, and I'm really grateful for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, seriously. And funny story is, and I was working by myself probably about 5 years ago, and Eric walks in with his wife, and he says, "Yeah, I'm moving here in 2 years, and I am going to looking for a job, and I'd like to work here." I said, "That's great. I'd just like to see your work first." And his wife pops her head in around the corner, and she shows her sleeve, and I immediately was like, "When can you start? Please start right now," because his wife's sleeve is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a walking billboard, a walking advertisement for the talent that Eric possesses. And
well, it was funny too, because I understood probably what was going through your head when I said I'm gonna move here in 2 years. I'm looking for a job. In my mind, when I owned a shop, if someone approached me that way, I've been like, "Okay, crazy person, I'm never going to see you
well, that's
again."
exactly what I said. I'm like,
never going to see you again.
Like, yeah, he'll be back here. Sure, he will.
I'm just a little bit different creature than most people, so I like being able to plan things that are important to me. And I did my research, and I looked all over. I looked in easily a 30 to 50 mile radius at places, and I'm most comfortable here, and I'm a bit biased, and I'm quite lucky, and I am grateful I landed here. Bell Rock's right up the street. That's my favorite. That's not why I chose here. I chose here because of the environment and how awesome Adrian is. I can't work with somebody who's been tattooing half the time I have telling me how to do my job, especially when they're younger than I am, that probably would have led to frustration. So
you and I both know that in this business you're working with the artistic type, and so you're dealing with a lot of crazy personalities.
Fragile egos.
A lot of fragile egos.
Yep.
And a lot of rock stars want to be rock stars. A lot of reality want to be stars. So and but
just like any job, if you're gonna do well at it, give it your all. Try and learn as much as you can. Have a good work ethic. Show up, be there, do the work. And through the years with the artists that I've worked with, I've seen every single type that you just rattled off.
Me too.
We've seen addicts who have lost their jobs because they've just disappeared and not come into work, or one guy we had to fire on his day off because he came in hammered, wanting to promote us at a convention. No, buddy, you can't.
No, you can't represent us like that.
No. So, and it's nice, too, because I think the dynamic we have here, you understand, like, I've owned shops. I've been lied to. I've been stolen from. I've had awful experiences, and I know you have, too. And I think one of the things I said to you as soon as I started working here was, man, I'm just here to be a team player and do cool tattoos and make an income for my family. I'm not here to stir shit up or cause problems. I just want to have fun. And that's what this environment should all be about. And I think that's what keeps people creative. And it's nice when you get new people into a shop because we teach each other things, whether intentionally or unintentionally. I watch you and I watch some of the things that you do. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? Okay. And we ask each other and learn
and vice versa. I learn a lot from you and you learn from everybody you work with, period.
I mean, you should. That's
whether they're good or they're bad,
Yep, and I did notice the one type that you rattled off, the rock star mentality. So those types usually make it to a certain level of ability, and then they feel like they know it all, when in fact they do not, and they just stay there, and their work might be average or mediocre or whatever, but they think that they're a rock star.
They don't need to learn anymore.
They don't need to do anymore,
They're good enough.
Yeah.
It's true.
We're always learning. We're always trying new things. I keep watching you make stuff out of everything. It's ridiculous.
Fun.
One of my favorite stories in recent past, this is a day off, Adrian wants to make a wooden spoon, just cuz.
Come on, man.
No, and I'm not kidding, man. I think that's awesome because it's part of the creative process. You're creating
it's a creative outlet,
a three-dimensional object out of a block or a piece or something, and that's just so cool to me, And I love that. I love being able to soak that up and be around it.
So let me ask you, what is your favorite type of artwork?
My favorite type of artwork is color. I'll do any type of artwork, but as far as the design process goes, I like stuff that makes me think more. So ultimately, honestly, no joke, I'd probably be happy doing reproduction of fine artwork as far as tattoos are concerned, because it's very intricate. It keeps my mind moving. I like sacred geometry a lot. Realism is a lot of fun. Mixing a couple of styles together when it works right. Like I've done American traditional with realism, and I know there's quite a few other tattooists that have done that. But when the elements are put together right, I just think that looks so cool because you have some of the old mixed in with some of the new, and when the piece works together, you have an outstanding tattoo. So working towards stuff like that. Now the stuff that I like drawing for myself is very time consuming and takes a lot of hours, and people normally don't see it until it's done or almost done, and sometimes nobody sees it, but that stuff's very intricate as well. It usually involves elements of geometry and bright colors and weird shit for whatever reason. I don't know why. I like eyeballs, so you'll see a lot of eyeballs in some of my designs, but
So besides being an artist, you're also you also majored in, what did you major in college? What was it?
Animal sciences. I do have a bachelor's degree in animal science. I was going to be a veterinarian. When I weighed my options after I graduated with my degree, I was to move on to vet school. So I worked for a couple vet clinics for 2 years, and through that process, I learned a lot. I learned that I would want to specialize in surgery, but I was looking at 8 years, 4 in vet school and then 4 in surgical school, that would have been 21 credits a semester. Now keep in mind, and most people don't realize, to be considered full-time student in college, it's 12 credit hours a semester. Now you're talking almost
Right.
double.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm like, man, I'll be that crazy bastard at the top of a bell tower firing off shots if I'm going to go through 8 more years of college. So I was like, nope. So I learned, I
That's
paid,
hilarious.
at the time, I paid $6,000. Now we're talking 24 years ago, $6,000 for an apprenticeship,
Yeah.
which back then seemed like a lot, now seems like a lot. But in the grand scheme of things, we're learning a trade. You know, and I think the trades have fallen to the wayside. I don't
Yeah,
think
they
there's enough
have.
people in those careers anymore either. But
It's true.
you know, paid $6,000 for that. And in my mind, you know, and I watched for it in people that I apprenticed, and I'm sure you saw it in people that you apprenticed too. You can tell who was going to excel, and you can tell who was only going to go as far as they needed to in order to be considered a tattoo artist and get the T-shirt and the diploma or whatever the hell it was, you know.
Yeah.
But
Right.
in my mind, I wanted to learn it all. I wanted to know how to do all the styles, at least have a strong understanding of how to do all the styles.
Yeah.
That's why in both of our portfolios, you'll see all the different styles represented in tattoo work that we've done, because I feel that it's important. You know, and don't get me wrong.
Gosh, especially living here.
Oh, especially living here. Now, if you're a specialist in portraiture and you've got a 3-year waiting list, I understand that, because people are going to you specifically for that. In this area, we would starve to death, you know. So
Yeah.
being able to do all of the styles, I feel, is very helpful.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's lots of fun. But yeah,
Good.
I'm grateful for the switch in locations. The only thing I miss about Illinois, some friends and some family, some of the cuisine, you know, favorite restaurants and whatnot. And the only other thing are all-day rainy days. We don't get a lot of those here.
Yeah,
I
that's
really
true.
don't. It's always
like
sunny.
sun every day.
Yep.
It's
Well,
okay though.
Which is not a bad
It's
thing.
February and we got like almost 70 today,
Yep.
I think, something like that. But,
Yep, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well, anyway, Eric, I just wanted to kind of do a little profile on you, introduce everybody to you, and so what I want to do is maybe edit this down, and I want to show some people your work too. So,
Awesome. Awesome. And by the way, this is not a broken nose. This is for the mask.
oh yeah, we're all wearing masks all the time.
It's called
still.
moleskin.
Being very
and
cautious.
The mask that I got is covered in artwork by one of my favorite artists, Alex Gray.
Okay.
However,
yes, Alex Gray.
Yep. However, without the moleskin on, it likes wearing the skin off. so.
Yeah. Very nice.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. Thanks a lot.
Was that a good?
Fantastic.
Was that a good?
Well, thanks for watching this video about Eric. And if you want to see more of Eric's work, you can check us out on Facebook at Physical Graffiti Tattoo, at PG Physical Graffiti Sedona, or pgbodyart.com on the web. Instagram, we are at physical.graffiti.tattoo. And on YouTube, we are Physical Graffiti Sedona, Arizona. So thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully we can help you when you come to town. Thanks. Bye.